Hello there.
Hello there. That's all say it.
Hello.
Hello there. That was sloppy.
So, so we'll get this order of business out of the way. We're gonna get to crowd questions here as fast as possible. But if you would like to ask one, go ahead and line up at either one of these mics. Oh, they're already lightsaber fighting with the.
Make it a good question, not questions we've heard before, okay?
So, for all of you, take us back. And this might.
We don't want to go back.
this might age some of you. What was your first experience with Star Wars ever? First core memory of Star Wars?
Eating popcorn in my room in the basement, watching Attack of the Clones.
Wow.
A long time ago, in a drive-in movie theater far, far away, I saw A New Hope in 1970, and I was
A little kid. I was like Johnny Test. I was totally awesome. And I thought, wow, space is filthy.
because it was really dirty. It was the first movie, you have to understand, where space was actually portrayed the proper way,
Yeah.
which was really dirty. It was fantastic. Sorry, Ashley. No, you got to follow that. I know.
I was a toddler, 2, 3 years old, watched A New Hope on VHS in our family room. And I remember it, though. I remember falling in love with R2-D2, and I wanted to be just like him. I wanted to be a droid, just like R2-D2. True story.
My first Star Wars moment was a Time magazine issue that had a feature on the upcoming movie.
Yeah.
And I saw that, and it freaked me out, and I ran out and I bought the novelization, and I read that before I even saw the movie, and then I saw the movie. That's how old I am.
When it was just Star Wars.
It was just Star Wars. Yeah.
No A New Hope, no anything else.
It blew
Just
my
Star Wars.
little 13-year-old mind.
But then, D, you were a Jawa.
Yes, a few months later, my folks, I had my folks make me a Jawa costume for Halloween
Wow.
There was
in
some Jawas
October of
out there.
1977, and I was on board that vessel for for a good while.
Wow.
Still am.
So for some of you in the audience, a VHS was like a tape that played the movie, and a magazine was something that you read stuff in, just to make sure. There's many generations of Star Wars viewers, so I want to make sure we're all on the same page.
And then I bought my John Williams record
Wow.
that I listened
go.
to the music on.
Hey, records are new again.
They're back, man.
Yeah.
And the record, this is, and those of you deep nerds out there know this, that the double album of Star Wars was out of sequence. And I took the liner notes and I notated it so that it was properly sequenced, and then I recorded it on a thing called a cassette deck so that it was in the proper sequence of the movie.
We're getting all the physical formats in here. James, did you have the Miko Disco Star Wars LP?
I did.
Though? Of course, you
I
have
still
to.
do.
Yeah.
I'm
Matt,
gonna
what
have Dee
format
sign
did
it.
you watch Attack of the Clones on?
Yeah, it was the little projector where you click it and it goes to the next.
The
It had,
viewfinder.
like Mickey Mouse ears.
The
and you click
viewfinder.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Clone Wars has had this kind of, I don't even know what word, insane trajectory in that, 2008 to 2014, you have your initial run, and then you're back 6 years later in 2020 for your final season, which is just weird timing in general. And then you do 12 more episodes, but then you had Rebels in between that. What has it been to kind of live with this in that way, live with these series and these characters in a way that's not necessarily linear, and it's never quite gone, and you don't know when it's going to come back? Did it feel like goodbye finally, or it never does?
I mean, it really never really felt like goodbye for me because we were always busy doing video games and, all kinds of other little things that, you can IMDb out there.
Yeah.
So I never felt like, and I had become so close to Anakin. Like, I never felt like he left. I mean, it's kind of a part of me now.
Yeah.
And so I never really felt like I put him down. But it was great to pick it back up in an official sense, for
Absolutely.
sure.
He's more machine now than man.
It's a really
Would it
actually,
be 8-track or would it be VHS
Yeah.
machine?
Yeah.
Or what?
Yeah.
Tapes.
it's very interesting to me how it played out, where it looked like it was that Clone Wars was going to go away. It was on. They showed it on Cartoon Network like at 10 o'clock at night on a Friday, which seemed like a less than good idea, and it wasn't really supported by the Cartoon Network, and it just kind of went away, and and then they stopped making it. Disney bought Lucas out, and it just kind of switched all around. So it's almost testimony to how a really good idea, a wonderful creative thing, can just come back. And with the advent of the kind of technologies that we have now with streaming and everything else, that made that possible. Netflix, it just kind of went big, and Disney said, "Oh, we gotta bring that back, and we gotta make more of it." Thankfully, and here we are.
And I want to say, I see you all have a poster. Did everyone get a poster that's in the room?
Oh, man.
So we wanted to do something a little special for everyone just here at Fan Expo. So starting here at Fan Expo Dallas, and then Fan Expo Boston, and Fan Expo Canada. But I worked with Danny Haas to create this poster. And it says on the bottom, "Loyalty means everything." And we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't have made a final season of the Clone Wars if it hadn't have been for your loyalty. And we are so appreciative. So we wanted to give these posters out as a thank you. We're celebrating our 15th anniversary, and we just wanted to thank you for your support. Your loyalty means everything to us. So thank you.
We love that you still love us at our show.
And if we can be completely honest, we want to thank Ashley for putting all that together, because we all went, "That's a good idea, Ashley. How do you do that?"
Cool poster.
I mean, Ashley, you really are. You're not the unsung or unofficial. You are the official cheerleader of Star Wars. I mean, it's true.
Yes.
We like to call her the leader.
The leader.
Okay.
The leader who cheers. Yeah. So this is kind of a special show. We, of course, have you in this cast reunion, but we also have Hayden Christensen here.
And he's right here.
Yeah, he's right here, actually. Rosario Dawson is here. So it's kind of this larger Star Wars reunion. What's your individual relationships been like with your kind of live action counterparts, Hayden and Ewan, Rosario, Tamira, like through the years? Is there a lot of back and forth there?
And you are no. No, I mean, well, I think Hayden has been really wonderful. Rosario's been really wonderful.
Yeah.
We've been seeing them at shows.
Yeah, I just met Rosario this past year.
For the first time?
Yeah, I
Wow.
just met her for the first time. I will say, I did get to visit the set of Ahsoka,
Yeah.
which was awesome. Yes, it was
What were you
awesome.
doing there, Ashley? What were you doing?
I did not film a cameo. That's everyone's next question. So I don't have a cameo in season 1. I'm throwing it out into the universe, maybe season 2, if there's a season 2.
Although if she had one, she couldn't tell you.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
We've learned not to believe anything any of you say.
I don't. But I got to meet her for the first time on the set, and
Yeah.
she was so nice, just so lovely. And I knew we would hit it off, and really became fast friends. And yeah, looking forward to seeing her this weekend.
Yeah.
We've got a duo photo op together,
So cool.
it's only the second time you'll ever be able to do a duo Ahsoka photo op. So I
So
can't
cool.
wait.
Man, they were going to do one with Hayden and Matt, but it would have broke the cameras. They're too handsome.
Yeah, that's true.
Both of them together,
That's
it's just
true.
the force is so strong.
I met Hayden in 2019 celebration, I think, and yeah, I've had a couple conversations with him since then. Just he's a great guy. Talked about Anakin, talked about Star Wars. He had a lot of really nice things to say about the Clone Wars. So yeah, I mean, yeah, we don't text every night, but we've talked a handful of times, and he's great.
You're like, hey, what do you think about sand? Yeah, there's no.
I don't like sand.
Yeah.
What do you?
I got to meet, after 21 years of voicing Obi-Wan Kenobi, I got to meet Ewan McGregor a couple months ago at Celebration. For some of you at Celebration?
Yeah.
One or two, yeah.
Just
One
me and
dude
this
in the
guy.
front.
All right.
And it was during his photo op, so it was like 30 seconds. Hi, how are you? I'm James Arnold Taylor. Blah, blah. Oh, great. Yeah, okay, great. Thanks. Smile. And then that's it. But it was great. It was great to finally meet him and put a face to the. No, I knew his face. Anyways, and say hello there. And no, we didn't both go hello there, hello there. But it would have been fun.
Fun story. I got to do a horror movie with my daughter, Carrie Fisher. Wait, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is your daughter. Yeah.
Well, you guys all looked at me like I was weird. Like no one backed me up. I did a horror movie with Carrie Fisher, and at that time I had never met her, and I was like, "Hi, I'm sort of your dad," and she was like,
Wait, was that
"That was the end of the conversation." I quickly knew to let it go.
Wow.
Was that sorority row?
Yeah, it was sorority row.
Deep cut. All right. You kind of touched on it, Dee, but what's it been like now in this Disney Plus era? It's really an embarrassment of riches as a Star Wars fan between not only the live action series and get to live in this world and not just get to check in on it for 2 hours at a time, but really kind of seep into it. But the animated side and what Favreau and Filoni are doing on that side, I mean, Tales of the Jedi is incredible. Like, you should all be really proud. It's on another level. What's that been like to be a part of it in this kind of new era of Star Wars?
I really envy the fans these days because, you know, back when I was a kid, you had to wait a number of years for something to hopefully hit the screens. But now there's something every few months, and there's such a great variety of tone of stories. You know, everything from Andor to the Young Jedi Adventures. And it's
Bad Batch, we should mention as well.
Bad Batch, yeah. But there's such a splendid variety of just really top-notch Star Wars that I mean, I am a fan of these things myself, but I just can't imagine how exciting it would be to be a young person who's just loves this kind of stuff, and there's so much more coming at you.
Yeah, absolutely. You've all got to lend your voices to some of the live action stuff too, between some of the new Disney films and series. Matt, you were a New Republic soldier in The Mandalorian. James, you were in Kenobi as Captain Legis, and you played a stormtrooper and a scout trooper. Dee, you were, of course, the Frog Lady and the Frog Man in The Mandalorian.
The voice of.
The voice of.
Yes.
Yeah, you weren't actually in the frog suit.
No, that was
And then, Ashley, you actually did get to do the voice of Ahsoka in Rise of Skywalker. So what's that been like to kind of get to play in that world a little bit?
It was surreal, truly. And it was an honor for Ahsoka. Because I think, you know, we've been on such a long journey that when our show started, especially for Ahsoka, you know, everyone said, well, she's not in the movies, so she's not canon. That's not legit. And I dealt with that for many, many years, and I kept saying, like, well, but no, now she's an important part of the story. But because she wasn't in the films, it was like she just wasn't quite legitimized.
And then Dave Filoni took over.
Well, no, but actually, so much credit goes to Matthew Wood and J.J. Abrams for including her in Rise of Skywalker, because I believe, don't quote me on it, but Matthew Wood was instrumental in making it happen.
Yeah.
And it really put Ahsoka in the Skywalker saga, and it was just really cool. I was proud of Ahsoka in that moment.
Yeah, absolutely. So last question, then we'll kick it out to the audience. It was fun to kind of really dive into all of your different voice work. I mean, not only for Clone Wars and Rebels and the characters that you're best known for, but a lot of you have done voices for a myriad of characters. What's the weirdest, like, product or thing that you've ever had to do a Star Wars character for? I saw some pinball machines in there. I have a really good one for you that I'm excited to talk to you about. But does anything jump out?
I feel like I don't even know where our voices go sometimes. I mean, like, somebody told me the other day it was on some kind of a toy, and I had never heard of the toy.
You're the voice of Anakin's electric toothbrush. No, that's made up. That's not.
They brought me in, and I went.
Yeah.
Got paid for it.
It's over, Anakin.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of weird. I feel like our contracts for the toy stuff is like
they're just using your voice and everything. Yeah.
kind of
You're in a couple
non-existent.
pinball games. Yeah, really. Yeah. I hate to break this news to you, but I hope
Oh,
you got
I
a check
didn't
for
know.
it. Yeah.
That's cool.
So I'm a huge Disney Parks nerd, and I was very excited to find out. Do we have any Rise of the Resistance fans in the room? You were Lieutenant Beck, but you were also Boba Fett in Star Wars. You
No,
were.
I'm Lieutenant
That's
Beck.
right. Yes. Sorry, I meant to point at you. I was pointing at. I was looking at you, pointing at you.
Yeah. Well, fun Disney fact. I'm also the voice of the parrot in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Well, there you go.
And I'm the voice of the skull in the Pirates of the Caribbean. Did you know that?
there you go.
Look at that.
Did you just become best
Brother,
friends?
Come on.
We're pirate buddies.
Hardy, har. Okay.
All right, let's kick it out to you guys. We'll start over here, and then we'll go over
Make
here.
more yes/no questions so we can get through this.
There we go. There we go.
Hi, I met you guys last year at Fan Expo last year, and it was a wonderful experience, and I just wanted to thank you for that.
Hello again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And,
Thanks for coming back.
Of course, always. I was literally buying my ticket on the way out the door on Saturday. I wanted to ask, what is your character's, like Ahsoka, Obi-Wan, Anakin, literally any character? What is your character's go-to karaoke song?
Whoa.
I just need to know
Wow.
this. I have a large Star Wars playlist, and I just need that little nugget of information in there.
I think for Ahsoka, it would be I Will Survive.
Wow, that's
a
good.
good one.
Yeah.
Good.
Red Hot Chili Peppers, higher ground. Yes.
Did you have that ready? Have you been asked that question? That
No,
was-
we've never been asked this question
an
before.
awesome
I mean,
It's a
that
good
was quick.
question.
That was quick.
Well, okay. Full disclosure, I've used this joke before, but it's good. I think for Anakin, it's just let it go.
That's good,
good.
Matt.
Yeah.
That's good.
My go-to karaoke is Purple Rain. I like Prince. He's cool.
Thank you guys.
I like how y'all's were just like puns, and his was just like, Purple Rain. I love Purple Rain. Yeah. I like
Thank
it.
you. Great question.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
I thought you were specifically asking them about songs within the Star Wars
No, it's
canon,
any
and I was like, how many Max Rebo hits are they gonna know off the top of their head? For Grin, Dan, and the modal notes. All right, we'll go over here. Wow.
There it is.
Yeah.
Come on, Anakin.
Yeah. What was?
Sorry.
That's good.
Climbing the couches again, sorry.
Wow. Well, the music got going there for a second.
Over there?
Hi.
Hi, my name's Lizzie.
hard to
I
see.
met Ashley last year, and that was really fun. I really liked
Oh,
that.
good to see you again, Lizzie.
But my question is, before your characters, were you drawn to any, just Star Wars characters in general? But oh my God, I'm sorry.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
Besides
Fantastic.
your character, before your character, were you drawn to a specific Star Wars character? And what drew you to that?
Okay. D?
Okay, I loved Star Wars since I was a kid, but the character I was drawn to the most of all in all of Star Wars was the Tauntaun at the beginning of Empire Strikes Back. It was that moment when I saw the Tauntaun that I knew that I was in for the most awesome, completely fresh and new and better Star Wars experience. And the Tauntaun did not mislead me. It was correct. The Tauntaun was right. So the Tauntaun is my favorite Star Wars character.
What does it sound like,
Yeah.
D?
I was gonna say, we're very used to having people be in tauntauns, but do you have a little tauntaun in you?
We've all got a little Tauntaun in us. You just got to let it out.
It smelled bad on the outside. All right, right over here.
Hello there. My name is Martin, and it's a question for all four of you. Have y'all ever thought about how it would feel to play y'all's characters in live action?
No.
I feel like you all could. You all have the
Oh, no,
look.
no.
Yeah.
I would
Yeah.
never dishonor their clones by being a clone in live action. I would never do that. That would no.
I mean, I think Hayden's got
No.
that job down pat.
I'd be like a Bad Batch clone that was like Clunker the clone. That it's, he hangs out with 99, and it's like, he doesn't see any action. He's a nice guy, kind of funny, but we don't let him out on the battlefield.
He stays in the ship on the computer.
That would be the clone that I would be. Clunker.
Clunker.
the clone. Yeah.
He's just around because he's a good time. That's it.
Yeah, that's as good as you're going to get from Clunker.
Yeah.
Well, see, I did. There was the 35-year reunion of Empire Strikes Back, and it was a red carpet thing, and they sat me next to Ewan McGregor's stunt double, and I looked at the guy and I said, between us, we make one Ewan McGregor. He didn't think it was that funny, but Ewan McGregor, it's like, come on, he's like at least a foot taller than me, so I would be like mini. Hello, this is my mini Obi-Wan right here. And I've got more of the old Ben Kenobi beard now. But Ahsoka, I think Ashley could kill it as Ahsoka. So that's my own opinion.
Absolutely.
I would love to play Ahsoka in live action. I mean, I've said that for years. Before Ahsoka was in live action. So it would be a dream come true, but I also think Rosario's doing an amazing job. And it also doesn't mean there can't be multiple Ahsokas. And I think, over the course of the years, Team Tano is going to continue to grow. And I think that's a wonderful thing.
Yeah.
So yeah. But of course we think about it.
Have you ever, for Halloween or a convention, cosplayed as your characters?
Once. I've had the chance to, do a professional cosplay shoot as Ahsoka.
Yeah.
I didn't go out in public. It was just like an internal studio thing. But
you should do it at a con, and everyone would just be like, I don't know who you are, but that looks incredible. That looks amazing. You just blend in.
You sound amazing.
Yeah.
It's a voice box.
Yeah.
You could be like the Ahsoka Tano in the multiverse Star Wars movie.
Right? That'd be totally
Where there's like
awesome.
25 different Ahsoka Tanos, and one of them is played by Michael Keaton even. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that.
So this is what Dee and James would do in the studio. I don't know what these characters are, but they would always riff as these
I think
characters.
it's Wayne and Garth, right? Yeah.
Okay, I
Maybe.
feel funny.
Yeah.
I love the lighting here, by the way.
Yeah, it's burning my cornea.
It's a little bit Chris Farley from SNL. Like, you remember that time that you were in the,
Remember that?
Yeah, it's
awesome.
good.
We have
Over
fun.
there.
All right, we'll go over here.
Ashley, that's awesome hair, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Question for Matt. Tell us about Jupiter's Legacy.
Ooh.
You didn't get to finish it. They canceled it. Sorry.
Yeah, what do you want to know?
But,
Gee,
well,
thanks for bringing it up.
subject.
Well,
Let's open up this wound.
season 2, do you know what was going to happen? You ended up being kind of the villain.
Yeah,
I don't want to spoil it.
I think
Watch it.
I think Skyfox was going to be in it quite a lot, but you can read the comics, and it stays pretty true to the comics. So you can
Wait a second, Matt. You played a character that was really good, and then turns.
Yeah, it's like a.
That's
it's
weird.
like a thing, isn't
That's
it?
strange.
Oh.
No, it's like you're tight. It's like a typecast.
Maybe it's better you're over there.
Yeah. Flipping tables.
You are wearing all black today, too, so.
Yeah, no, it was a good experience. But read the comics. Yeah,
all right,
you'd love the story.
Cool, man. Thanks.
Thanks. Hi.
Hi, how are y'all?
Hey.
Hi.
I'm fine.
So this is a question for all of y'all. What is your favorite lightsaber hilt? And if it's your characters, what would one be that is not your characters?
I don't know.
I mean, I think Kylo Ren is pretty cool just because it's so different. But maybe with like a purple saber, I think that would be kind of cool.
Purple Kylo. Ashley, what about you?
I like Ahsoka's Clone Wars hilts, but I would have white blades if I could pick.
Oh, that's good.
But if it's not Ahsoka's sabers, I'd probably pick Ventress's lightsaber.
Ooh. Yeah, I like Obi-Wan's, even though it is the most uncomfortable lightsaber hilt to hold. Everybody's shaking their head. It's like, you could never fight with that thing.
No.
It's like a piece of a grenade, and then the switch is just like, Anakin, ow, I can't, just take it.
I mean, Anakin's is even more impractical.
Yeah.
The thing is
Yeah.
just like a big brick. Like, it makes no sense.
But
And then you
Count
find out it
Dooku-
was just like the handle on a old camera or a flash, and you're like, okay, well, now I understand why that looks like that does. Yeah, cool.
Thank you.
All right,
Thanks.
over here.
Hi. Question
Hi.
for James.
Oh.
Hey, you have voiced an unbelievable amount of characters throughout your life.
My agent, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much.
Is there a character that you wish you could voice that has not yet had a voice behind it?
Oh, that it hasn't been voiced by somebody else, or
Even so.
well, that's very kind of you to say. I've been very blessed as a voice actor, although I'm sitting with some great actors as well. And D. Bradley Baker and I both have had the honor of being a lot of different characters through our careers, so it's wonderful. But everybody from Johnny Test to Yabba Dabba Doo, Fred Flintstone, Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon every once in a while when Jay Baruchel isn't there, Jiminy Christmas, The Lost City of Atlantis, that's Michael J. Fox. Great Scott, Marty, I've been Dr. Emmett Brown as well. Let's see, Christopher Walken, when Chris isn't able to do his voice, I come in, I do it, it's crazy. Captain Jack Sparrow, mate, Cusco, no touchy, no touchy. But Bugs Bunny, I'd love to do Bugs Bunny someday. That would be cool. But D has been Daffy Duck, which is
Space
another one of my
Jam.
favorites.
Yes, once upon a time, I was Daffy Duck.
Yes.
With that
But you're
really
very kind.
athletic bald guy, whatever his name was.
That was a surreal experience seeing you go through all those voices. It was like at the end of Terminator 2 when the T-1000 falls in the lava and it's turning into all the forms it's taken. It was like that with a voice actor.
Wow.
James has a one-man show, for those that don't know,
Yeah.
where he does that for about 45 minutes. Like
Really
nonstop.
annoying. Yeah. Thank you, though. That's very nice. Thanks.
Thank you.
While we're on the subject, we should point out, D, you're the only one to do a voice for both Star Wars and Star Trek and Spaceballs.
Oh.
Wow, that's a deep dive. Yeah, now that you mention it. Yeah, I got to work on the really, really not very good animated series of Spaceballs with the really, really funny, wonderful Mel Brooks,
Yeah.
which was really, really exciting for me.
Yeah.
Because he's just an amazing, iconic, hilarious guy.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, we'll go. Wait, I lost track. We'll just go over here.
So I have one question that's been burning in my mind since I met you all today.
Don't say burning around Anakin. It's PTSD.
Sensitive.
Yeah, he's sensitive.
What is with the ketchup packets?
Oh, no. Sorry, Matt.
Here we go.
So, thank you for this setup. Really appreciate it. There's
Wait,
this.
did you take the packets? Was that you?
That was me.
Yes,
Did he take them?
he delivered it.
Air high five.
But where did those ketchup packets originate?
I don't know this
Brought them to you. So, okay,
I
has
don't
anyone
know.
ever been to the restaurant at Disney World called Whispering Canyon at the Wilderness Lodge?
Yes.
Okay.
Couple people.
So in this restaurant, if you go and you ask for ketchup, the waiter yells and everyone in the restaurant has to bring their bottle of ketchup to your table. Well, my husband and I happened to be eating at the restaurant the same time as Matt and his wife, Angela. And so we somehow got the entire restaurant on our side. So anytime anyone asked for ketchup, they had to always bring it to Matt and Angela's table. So the entire time they ate, they were covered in like ketchup bottles. And it was just the funniest thing. But
It's a great family vacation. Nice romantic dinner with my sweetheart.
But it started the ketchup wars. And we have been trading ketchup ever since. I snuck ketchup into his hotel room. I sent
you had a
ketchup
bottle of
bottles.
Ketchup in Nashville. You weren't in Nashville, but I was, and I found a bottle of ketchup at a private signing.
I had it
from
delivered.
You.
Yep. So I would appreciate it if you all were on Team Tano.
You can't hear. You can't
Use the force. Use
And
the force.
If you could bring ketchup
will
to
not
Matt
bring
Lanter,
ketchup to my table.
that would be great.
You will bring ketchup to Ashley's table.
Are you on Team Tano? Team Tano, let's hear it.
Oh, stop.
Okay.
And you'll bring mustard to D. Bradley Baker for no reason.
But because we're in Texas, you should make it spicy ketchup from Whataburger.
Yeah.
Well, Matt is a little spicy.
Sensitive, remember?
Again, yes.
PTSD.
Matt, do you like ketchup on your sandwiches?
I hate you! Like 2 words I hate.
All right, over here.
Okay, it's an honor to see you guys again. I was at your panel last year, but I unfortunately didn't get to answer a question. And okay, this is toward James and Matt. What was it like in the Lego Star Wars Skywalker saga to reenact scenes from the prequels?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I think we had a great time. The way it worked, Matt Wood, who is a genius sound designer, Oscar-nominated sound designer behind things, but is also the voice of General Grievous and all the battle droids, Roger, Roger, and all that. He brought us in, and he would play us these clips. Essentially, I'm sure it worked the same for you. We weren't in the studio at the same time because Matt has it in his contract. But so they would play it. And so, it's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. And I'd say, it's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. And, we would just kind of play and repeat. But it was great because we knew that people would like it. And I think people liked it. In fact, people have taken those clips now and animated, or they've taken our voices and dubbed them into the live action movie on Instagram and stuff. I don't know if you've seen that, Matt.
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, the Skywalker saga, that was the Lego one, yeah. I mean, so we got to do some of the funnier, like the I hate sand stuff. What are you laughing at over there?
You never remember anything.
Man. But we got to do some of the funnier lines, the stuff that people would kind of like have a chuckle at. And so that was fun for me too, obviously. But yeah, it was a blast. It was a blast.
Thanks.
Thank
All
you.
right, we got time for a couple more. Go over here.
Hey, what's up? Oh, my bad.
Hi.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
So I've always loved the prequel movies for Star Wars. Just that's what I grew up on, and easily my favorite movie of the whole franchise was Revenge of the Sith. I've always loved it. So my question is, does it ever hit you sometimes that the Clone Wars really added a lot of gravity to the prequel trilogy, to Revenge of the Sith, to just the whole franchise? Does it ever hit you just how important the Clone Wars is?
It just hit me just now. Thank you for bringing that up.
No, it does all the time. And I think getting to be at conventions and having the chance to just chat with all of you is really incredible to hear everyone's stories and what it means to you as a part of the overall Star Wars saga. But we're also huge fans. So it's just cool for us to be here and geek out with fellow fans and what it means. Like, we love the fact that Siege of Mandalore is like happening at the same time as, episode 3. So it's really, really cool. And I think it has all hit us for sure.
I mean, I don't know, Dee, I don't know if you remember this. Years ago, it was like season 2. We were up at the ranch, Skywalker Ranch, and we're sitting with Dave Filoni at lunch in the commissary. And like Ben Burt is sitting just across from us. It was very exciting, just nerding out on that. But Dave was telling us his ideas he had in his head for where this would go someday. And now you see that he actually incorporated so much of that. He did it with Rebels, but then he really was able to tie it all together and to bring Ahsoka into that whole thing. And all. I don't know if you remember that, but it was awesome.
Yeah. It's fun to see which ideas were captured.
Yeah.
And which ones bore fruit, and then some come out and they rewrite what was before. As happened in The Empire Strikes Back, where that one line rewrites 2 movies, right? And it's wonderful, like you're saying, how the Clone Wars kind of rewrites and fills in and makes more substantial the prequels in a lot of ways. Yeah.
I certainly watched Revenge of the Sith through different eyes, for sure, knowing what we saw Anakin go through in the Clone Wars and knowing the relationships that he had. And I think for Anakin specifically, the Clone Wars really gave the character a lot more complexity. There wasn't a whole lot of time in the movies. He kind of just went from bratty teenager to most iconic villain of all time. And, Dave and George in the Clone Wars gave that character more time to breathe. And we'd always heard that he was a hero, but we didn't really get to see it on film. And, that he was this great pilot and great warrior. And I think that the Clone Wars gave that character the opportunity to for people to care about him more, because he's a hero and you root for him. And then when he falls, I think it's so much more tragic.
Yeah.
And it hurts so much more, at least for me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
That felt like a lovely note. To wrap up on is a great question. We have one more like fun bit, kind of right up, to what we've been talking about, the theme of this conversation, in that we've had the movies, but then now we get to really live in this world, and we get to live in this world through the four of you. It feels so special that we get to have you here together. We were all kind of blown away when we were like looking through just how many Star Wars projects you've done. James and Dee, you've provided voices for a myriad of different characters, big and small. So we thought we'd play a fun game with you and see if you know how many Star Wars projects you've lended your voices to. Not necessarily episodes, not individual characters, just projects. So we'll take it easy on you. It would get way harder. So we're going to see. Do y'all want to play? All right, here we go. Matt, we'll start with you.
Come on now. Do you all want to play? That's fine.
Matt, we'll start with you.
So this includes video games.
Everything.
Everything.
Not electric toothbrushes, though. Yeah.
All right. I'll say 9. What is it? Oh, that was close.
18. That was not close. 18.
Oh, I know.
You got to give yourselves more credit. All right. Ashley?
Well, I was going to say 10, but if he did 18, 16? Okay.
So far.
Yeah, see, then I should have
That
guessed.
you
I
know
should have
of.
kept 10.
So far,
I should've
you're the
kept
winner.
10.
So far, you're the winner.
Oh.
You don't win anything other than the pride of knowing that you've been in Star Wars this much, though. But to get to our true winners here, James.
Oh man, well, it's been 21 years working in Star Wars. There's been a lot of video games and Lieutenant back in Rise of the Resistance and many different characters. 30 something, 31, 32.
Pretty close. You said you've been doing it for 21 years. You've averaged more than that. 25.
25.
25.
Look at that. Wow. I feel so young.
All right, Dee.
I'm going to say 2. I did a couple of episodes of a show called The Clone Wars, and there was a really obscure game where I just did this little robot sound, and that was all I did. So I'm going to say 2.
Well, it turns out we have an official tie with the gentlemen who have lended their voices the most to the most Star Wars projects. You are also 25.
Wow.
So because we have a tiebreaker, we have 2 lightsabers, and you're going to have to fight it out here on stage. No.
I'll stand down on that.
Only one of you will walk off this stage.
Yeah. Only one of you will live to go on and do more than 25.
Give him a blaster and give me a lightsaber.
Yeah, take 10 paces and, civilized
Wait a
weapon.
second.
Can I ask a
yes,
question?
Please.
Do you have a black Sharpie?
I'm sure someone does. I have a blue pen. Somebody have a black Sharpie?
Black Sharpie, black Sharpie.
I feel like in this room, we're just about to get
Do you have a black
hit
Sharpie?
with
She has a black Sharpie.
A
While we're
CEO.
waiting for it, I'm going to do a shameless plug.
Yeah.
Right by our autograph area, there is the Her Universe booth. Fan Expo was so kind to let Her Universe join me for Fan Expo Dallas. And if you know Her Universe, you know we don't have a store. So it's just online. So it's the rare occasion that you can actually shop Her Universe in person. And so if you actually go to our autograph area and just kind of looked right to the side, I'm like right or left, it's right there. So you can shop Her Universe in person throughout the weekend, and we have designs for women and unisex and men. So check it out. And I thought maybe for those that came in late, we wanted to give you all a gift as a thank you for your loyalty for 15 years of the Clone Wars. And so we gave everyone a poster. The art is by Danny Haas. If you haven't heard of him, check out @Art of Danny. But why don't we all sign
Every
the
one
first
of them?
poster?
Every single
And I
poster.
see I see a fan over here. I want, hold on. Do you
Ashley's
mind
going
if,
rogue.
She's going rogue.
can we sign this poster?
She's going rogue one.
Okay.
Well,
Do you
yes.
mind if I take it up on stage? And what's his name?
It'd be funny if they said yes. Please don't. Please don't.
No,
take
we wanted this.
Kent?
It's worth more not signing.
K-E-N-T. Okay, we're gonna sign the first poster here for Kent.
T.
So here you go, Matt.
Okay.
Well, while they sign it, we've got two gentlemen trying to rock, paper, scissors, D. All right. Rock, paper, scissors,
Paper,
shoot.
scissors, shoe.
I don't know. I don't think you can introduce a new weapon into rock, paper, scissors. It's been pretty much the same game for generations.
I didn't
Rock,
know there was a
paper-
shoe in rock, paper, scissors.
A shoe? Shoot? You just throw a gun in rock, paper, scissors? That's going to
You're
win.
barefoot. You want my shoes? Is that?
He has no shoes.
Prison's hard, he says.
Rock, paper,
Oh, thank you.
rock, paper, scissors,
I think
blasters,
we're okay.
lightsabers.
Oh.
Oh, we have a nice blue if you want to use
Oh,
a
okay.
Ahsoka blue.
Nice.
Or an Obi-Wan blue, I guess it would be.
Now it's a wealth of Sharpies.
Sorry, Matt, no red. We have
Yeah.
no red.
James, do you have one last question?
No, I'm all out of questions. I use them all. Does anyone, here, we'll take one last question.
Yeah,
oh,
over here.
yes. We'll take one right here. Hi.
Hi, my name is Alyssa. I hope to work with all of you one day.
Aw.
My question is, if you could change any moment in the Clone Wars timeline, what would you change and why?
Whoa.
Death of Fives. He wouldn't die. That's what I would change. He lived, he told everybody, and everybody learned what happened and what was up.
I think when Anakin created C-3PO, I wish we could redo that. He just sort of bugs me.
Oh dear.
I was going to say maybe go back and change when Anakin killed all those innocent children.
No.
Maybe that'd be a good one. I don't know.
Nah, it's got to be the robot.
Yeah.
My goodness, wow. This is very cool.
James, do you have one? Do you have one you would go back and change?
What would I go back and change? Yeah, I would have aimed higher with Darth Maul.
There you go.
The first time.
There you
Just
go. That's
aim
good.
for the neck.
That's good.
Then he wouldn't have come back. How cool was it for Darth Maul to come back? Only George Lucas could come up with something like that. And how cool is Sam Witwer, who is not here, I'm sorry, but he's actually a really good guy in real life. He's not bad at all. We got along quite well in the studio. And I would stop Darth Maul from hurting the Duchess Satine, is what I think, yes.
Ashley,
so
any
we could have
moment
a
you would
Broadway
change?
special.
If you could change any moment? Probably order 66, maybe. I don't know.
How about when you walked away from the order and just left everyone?
Whoa.
Wow.
Shots fired
Low
first.
blow.
Shots fired.
I think you would have killed her.
I mean, I don't know.
I think
we could have found out.
You're the one to talk. You're the one to talk. Come on.
You know what? I wouldn't change a thing. Everything led to exactly where Ahsoka was meant to be.
There we go. That's a beautiful answer and a beautiful
Yeah.
moment to end on. Give a round of applause for our cast of Clone Wars.